ABC scored big in what would become the final U.S. game in this year's World Cup. For more, let's bring in Michele Steele. Michele?
Hey, Eric. Good morning. Yeah, the grudge match between the U.S. and Ghana ended up being more of a ratings win than even the U.S.-England game a couple of weeks ago. Someone won, at least on Saturday. You know, almost 15 million of us tuned in to ABC for the U.S.-Ghana game Saturday afternoon, according to ESPN. The game averaged nearly 10 million households, drawing 13% more viewers than the U.S.-England game. Now, ESPN also saying it was the most watched men's soccer game in U.S. history. You know, the operative word there being men's. The most watched soccer game of all time was the 1999 Women's World Cup final between the U.S. and China, which drew 18 million viewers. Now, geographically, this is kind of interesting. The game was a big hit in San Diego, which drew the biggest local rating for the match, followed by Washington, D.C. Lots of soccer fans there, San Francisco, Cincinnati, and Las Vegas. But in what has been a record year for sports viewing, this round of 16 game, interestingly enough here, did not crack the top 10 there. The top three most viewed sporting events, think football here, BCS title game between Alabama and Texas, Game 7 of the NBA Finals, the U.S.-Canada hockey game and the Olympics. The Final Four, the final round of the Masters, and the Derby all had bigger audiences than U.S.-Ghana. The Ghana-U.S. game was the 15th most viewed sporting event this year. Now, in the next hour, actually, this is kind of interesting. Doing some research for the story, we ran the numbers and saw that the U.S. was only ahead through 4 games for a total of 2 minutes in the World Cup. Very young team. In the next hour, Deirdre, I'll tell you guys whether we'll see management changes on this young U.S. team and whether this $100 million bet that ESPN is putting on the World Cup is going to pay off.